Their unexpected early episode of 4th and 5. Arkansas defensive coordinator Travis Williams have been fired. Can you hand me that sheet of paper? I just printed news coming out, and I want to first say this was reported by the first wind we got of it would have been from who is this? Pete Thamel, hopefully I'm saying that right, reported this, says that Arkansas dismissed defensive coordinator Travis Williams. This was early this morning that this came out. Also, defensive line coach Deke Adams and co-defensive coordinator Marcus Woodson have been dismissed as well. Now, I've looked online. I haven't seen multiple sources about Deke Adams and co-defensive coordinator Marcus Woodson. But I have seen multiple people go ahead and put out the details with Travis Williams. To be exact, along with that, I'll go ahead and say it right here. Arkansas fired defensive coordinator Travis Williams. This is per On3's Pete Nakos. All right. Apologize if I'm getting that name wrong. Further shaking up the football staff, Williams was in the middle of his third season at the program. The assistant coach was let go amid the firing of head coach Sam Pittman. The school named Bobby Petrino, the interim head coach, as the Razorbacks go into week 6, 2-3. Kind of goes on. In 2019, Williams was named Auburn's co-defensive coordinator and linebackers coach. That was for 3 seasons. In 2021, he reunited with Auburn head coach Gus Malzahn at UCF. We're going to talk about Gus in our show tonight at the Mainline Sports Bar. We have a list of potential candidates for the next head coaching job, with Bobby Petrino being on that list. Gus Malzahn is on that list. That will be according to CBS. We'll talk about that and get the opinions of our viewers. He was the team's defensive coordinator for 2 seasons at UCF. After that, he was hired by Pittman at Arkansas, where he spent the last 2 seasons. Williams had a solid playing careers where he was a linebacker at Auburn, was named twice to the second team All-SEC in 2004 and 2005. Member of Auburn's all-decade team, played 1 season in the NFL with the Falcons before transitioning into coaching in 2007. No shocker here, and as you can see, this is pulled up. Who's next? That's going to be the question right now. I'll pull this up right now, and like I said, the reports of D-line coach Deke Adams and the report of defensive back coach Marcus Woodson also. These names are popping up. Now, I've only seen that from one source so far, and that would be from Pete Thamel, waiting for multiple other people to confirm the Deke Adams and Marcus Woodson. Now, the thing is, it wouldn't be a surprise. When you have a coaching change, a coaching overhaul, these coaches, too, understand whoever the next head coach, who it's going to be, whether if it's Coach Petrino or somebody else, they most likely are going to bring their guys with them. All right, so it's going to be a mass exodus. It's just about how far ahead of the game do these coaches want to get of trying to find their next job. A lot of people are starting to say, Bobby's already started. Go ahead and get everyone out. There we go. Somebody says Bobby wants the head coaching job. We all know that. Morning fam. Yeah, they are moving fast, moving very fast. This is just how it works. I've seen multiple players as well post on social media, their love for Pittman, as it should be. You have to like that. You have to like that. And you also have to feel bad for these kids that now they're losing their D-line coach. They're losing their defensive coordinator. They're losing their DB's coach. And the sad reality of it is, was it last year we were dead last in college football and pass defense, and we've all seen the product we put on the field this year, just 2 seasons in. It is what it is. I was talking to Grant Cook last night about being fired. I got to think. I got fired 5 times from my dream job by being cut in the NFL. Grant got fired twice for his dream job. But at the same time, like, we also understand this is just a part of the gig. It's what we sign up for. So I know a lot of people feeling bad for these coaches, as you should. It's just going to be, it's just part of it. You got to perform. And when the numbers continually week in and week out, I mean, how often have we talked about what kind of coverage is that? Even if the coach is putting in a good plan, if he's not able to explain that in a way to make his players play at a high level and grasp that concept, that's bad coaching. And now I would also say it's just some people who have a hard time getting it. All right. And I get that's frustrating. But you have to work with what you have on the roster. And if you have some guys who have to have it taught to them in a different way, then you got to find a guy who can reach those guys or find new guys. I mean, there's so many different moving pieces to this puzzle. But D line, we've talked about this year. I would even argue, say last year. I mean, I think I took a lot of heat talking about we're really not getting much up front. People say we got Landon Jackson, we got Cam Ball, we got all these great guys. I just didn't see it. And now, second year in a row, I don't see it again. Outside of Quincy Rhodes, I would say is being the most consistent player on the edge. Outside of that, when you got guys who are supposed to be dudes and you just see them kind of just hand fighting up front, you have to figure out a way to coach these guys up and teach them how to get pressure on the quarterback. Also, Marcus Woodson as well. We've talked about the DBs for a while now. And so this is just hard. Here we go. Somebody just said ESPN reported they all got let go. Wacky facts. I appreciate that. So I'm always hesitant about trying to put stuff up quick. I woke up this morning and said, all right, let me go ahead and reschedule some things and go live again. So make sure everybody can stay updated. I got some comments coming in. If you want to go ahead and bring in comments and ask questions, please go for it. We need someone who coaches and recruits on the borderline of cheating. Give me Eddie. I mean, yeah, I think in this game, it's funny you say that. I do not advocate cheating at all, but I do advocate toting that line. Push it, push it, push it, push it. But there has to be some integrity barrier that you just won't cross. All right. But right up to the edge, Grant made this analogy the other day. He says, I need somebody who can get on the edge of that cliff, tie a rope around my waist, and let me lean over like to as much as possible. Somebody's holding on. Like, we need to get there. Okay. That's just part of it. And the thing is, everyone is doing it until there's more regulations. It'll just be tough. I'll go ahead and bring up the chat right now. You can see people right now already chiming in on what they believe should happen. You hear Gruden a lot. Yeah, somebody saying Gus, oh my God, he will be popped up in the conversation. Yeah, he definitely will be popped up. So is Bobby going to coach D now? Whew, that's a good question. It's like, okay, when you clean shop, you also have assistant coaches that will step in for sure. And I'm curious if they had the conversations knowing what was coming. Like, I don't know if Coach Petrino said, all right, let's get these guys out of here. It's my ship now, and I'm the captain. And I don't want them here. I don't know if that's what happened. I don't know. Like I said earlier, they know what happens with coaching changes. Whoever the new coach is going to bring their guys. And so do they want a head start on seeing what is potentially next for them? Possibly. And then you got to think about if Coach Petrino is the next guy. All right, hear me out. And let's just say him and Hunter Yurachek maybe already had that conversation. And if Hunter says, hey, if you finish this year strong, the job is yours. Let's just say that happened. Is Coach Petrino the one saying, okay, then I got to start ridding the problem on the defensive side of the ball? And like we've all said, it starts up top. And so the question is, who is going to be the defensive coordinator? Our chat's doing such a great job. If y'all can do some research for me, you should see I'm in a mess right now just trying to figure this all out. Who would be the most likely candidate for the head defensive or for the defensive coordinator job here at Arkansas? Here, let me just pull this up. Arkansas football coaching staff. Let's see if we can get an answer. Staffed or coaching staff? Okay, so let's get to the defensive side of the ball. Scott Fountain, is this assistant head coach, special teams coordinator? Is this year? Yeah, okay. Maybe. Travis Williams gone. I'm pulling all this up right now. Here, I'll share this screen with y'all so y'all can see what we got going on. What a day. It just keeps popping up, huh? Bear with me for a second. Let's figure out who will step in as our next or defensive coordinator. Who will it be? All right. Let me get this down real quick. Let's replace this. Stand by. Got a lot of moving parts over here. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look. God, can y'all even see that? That looks so small. What if I do this? It's still small. What if I zoom in? I'm sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. What if I exit full screen? Oh my lord. I think this would be better. Boom. Oh, come on. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get this right. Just give me 1 second. We're gonna figure out who the defensive coordinator is gonna be. Close. Stop sharing the screen, please. Sheesh, Williams, get it together. What is it? 8 o'clock? Remove. All right. Let's try that again. Bear. All right. Here we go. What in the world? Screen share. There we go. Sheesh. This is your first day, Williams. All right, here we go. Let's go through these. And y'all tell me who you think we got. All right. So, coaching staff. I'm going to have to kind of go back and forth with the comments, okay? Here, let me pull them up so I can see. Somebody, Ladarius. What's up, my guy? He's back. One of 4th and 5 favorites. Does Bobby hire interim DC? Ooh, do you hire? Is that a thing that you've hired a coach mid-season, or do you just promote someone within? Is that what you're asking? Will he promote someone within, or will they go out and find somebody? That would be tough. If they go fire somebody. Control plus scroll. Oh, y'all are trying to help me out. All right, here we go. All right, let's hop into it. What's that? Coffee? Thanks, boo. Appreciate it. Love you too. All right, here we go. So we got running backs coach will not be defensive coordinator. Scott Fountain, assistant head coach. It's so wild how you're the assistant head coach and don't even get a nod for the interim coach. And special teams coordinator. How disrespectful is Notre Dame going for it? I mean, you talk about a team that just saw Arkansas struggling and decided to bury them with that fake punt. All right, our new head coach, Bobby Petrino, Travis Williams, gone. Marcus Woodson, gone. Deke Adams, gone. Oh, Lord. Ronnie Fouch, he's on the offensive side. Eric Mateos, offensive side. Nick Perry, he would be a potential candidate. When you just look at the secondary, so Nick Perry's one. Tight ends coach. Is that it? Okay. I feel like Nick Perry's our guy. All right. If it's not Nick Perry, who's texting me right now? Hoping some sort of plan. I vote yay. Matt Harris, who's going to be DC. I got my 4th and 5 guys in a group chat right now. I would love for one of y'all to hop on and talk with me. Okay, I think this is the potential that we have right here. So, any thoughts on this? Y'all feeling good? Kenny Jones, thanks so much for the donation. I appreciate that. Let me go ahead and bring these chats back up. Thoughts on Nick Perry? D-line, call up Coach O. He's getting the itch. I don't know. Can somebody let me know? Has a coach been brought in mid-season to come in and just start coaching from scratch? Not that I've heard of. The bye week. Ooh, you ain't lying. That bye week is going to be hell. Kenny Jones, man. You got to think I played in Coach Trino's system, and when he came in after Nutt left, and then Reggie Herring was the interim head coach, and we got dismantled by Missouri. Our first day with Petrino, he was new sheriff's in town, and I'm going to see who breaks because I want to get rid of the people who don't have what it takes to play at this level when it comes to his pursuit of what he believes perfection is. And it's hard. It's in your face. I'll say this, it's not for everybody. And so, yeah, this bye week, man, what would I do to take off a couple days just to go watch practice, man? Petrino hired. Yeah, we got other people coming in. How did the somebody wants to know how the secondary coach survived? Nick Perry. I think this is his first year, right? Yeah, this is his first year. Came on over. Um, it doesn't show Coach Mateos. No, Coach Mateos was up there. I showed him. See, he is right here. Offensive lineman, Coach Eric Mateos. He's up there. And just kind of skimmed over real quick because he's not going to be an option. So, yeah, we may be looking at our next defensive coordinator. Can they hire interim coaches? I'm asking the same question. Who would know that? Let me call somebody real quick. I doubt he'll pick up, but let's see. Uh, hold on. See if I can call Coach. Let's see if we can call Coach Nutt. What's up, Coach? What you got going on, man? I bet you are right now. It's wild. I got a quick question, okay? And I won't say anything. I just let you know I got other ears around, all right? But it's just you and me right now. Can a coach hire an interim coach like mid-season outside the program, or are they typically brought with up in? Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. All right. I was just curious. Mm, yep. Okay. I was just curious. Yeah, I didn't know if that I would say typically brought up, but from the way it looks, they really don't have a lot of options, but we'll figure it out. Yep. All right, coach. I'll let you get to it. Oh man, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Mm. Hey, you got to watch the film. Film don't lie. Mm-mm. Got to lock it in. Thanks, coach. Yeah. Hey, we got to lock in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, coach. I appreciate you. Yep. Have a good one. Yep. Bye. All right. Couldn't have y'all getting all up in that conversation. So yeah, I just that was Coach Nutt. I just called him and I asked him, coach who's been there before. He says they typically don't hire other coordinators who are active in the game because how you going to get them to leave a program? All right. He did say, however, you could go find somebody who is out and about, somebody who's not currently coaching right now, and but he says the way that most of the time it works is you hire from within. So yeah, that's just good insight from a coach who's been there before. But once again, we're looking at the guy on the screen and Nick Perry. That's the only option I can see. That's the only option that I can see. Once again, breaking news if you are just now joining us here on the stream, defensive coordinator Travis Williams has been fired. And then Deke Adams, defensive line coach, let go as well. Reports are coming in. Marcus Woodson as well. Okay, I just got a note that's saying, wow, this is wild. Just had somebody reach out to me with the source inside the school saying that player development people are saying that Bobby is going to be calling defense too. And this won't be news for anybody because he should have a press conference here soon as the new head coach. And people are going to ask him, who's the DC going to be? So if he takes on, I mean, what are we doing? Head coach, he'll be the offensive coordinator. You know that. And he's going to be the defensive coordinator. I mean, if he can handle all of that and somewhat turn this team around, y'all, you talk about a resume. They won't have no choice but to hire him. They won't have a choice. We still got all these comments coming in right here. Can't hire from within if they're all gone. That's what I'm saying. We're losing everybody. Boss Hog in the chat. Just recap once again. If you're just now joining us, giving an update on the defensive coordinator, Travis William, being fired just a day after Sam Pittman was fired, along with now 3 other position coaches up at Arkansas. This was from On Three's Pete Nakos. Assistant coach was let go amid the firing of head coach Sam Pittman. School name Bobby Petrino, interim head coach. No surprise there. 2019, Williams was named Auburn's co-defensive coordinator and linebackers coach for 3 seasons. In 2021, he reunited with former Auburn head coach Gus Malzahn. That was at UCF. He was the team's defensive coordinator for 2 years there. After that, he was hired by Pittman, where he spent the last 2 years as the defensive coordinator for Arkansas. Man, that's tough. 2 years. And we know, I think when we were down there at the Auburn game, we spoke with Coach Williams. And I'll say this, I love Coach Williams. I love Coach Williams. What do you have? 5 kids, maybe 5 little girls, 4 little girls. That's the worst part about all this is, and I know y'all don't want to talk about, it is what it I understand it's business, but dang, the stuff's tough. And I've been in those situations before. And yes, performance matters, and you got to tighten up and get there. It's just tough. All right, y'all. What time is it? I still got stuff to do. Make sure y'all tune in to 103.7 The Buzz today, okay? So if you're watching, I got to go got to get my little workout in. I'm getting too chunky, all right? I got to tighten up. But then I got to go get ready for the Buzz today from 10 to 1. Little Rock Touchdown Club. We got Craig James coming in. He was the one, him and Eric Dickerson, who figured out NIL way before it was legal and put the death penalty on SMU. So we're going to have Craig James is in town today. And so we'll have him on the Buzz. We'll get a chance to talk to him today on our show from 10 to 1. So make sure you tune in with that one. I'm just going to go through a couple more comments. Tonight, this is what we're going to do. Can you hand me those sheet of paper? Did you hand me all those earlier? Oh, my bad. So tonight, at the Mainline Sports Bar, or you can join online, we're going to have our breakdowns from the game. I'm going to show you what it looks like when a team lets go of the rope. A lot of examples on tape of why Coach Pittman was let go. It is what it is. We'll go through some of those plays, and we're also going to switch it up. I usually like to look ahead, but we do have the bye week. And so I have a list right now of the top coaching candidates for University of Arkansas, okay? And so this was from CBS. Names that's popped up. Texas State coach G.J. Kine. Hopefully I'm saying that right. G.J. Kine. Go ahead and let me know what y'all think about this, okay? We're going to go through this list. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, okay? So Texas State coach G.J. Kine, he was the best coach that Texas State has had after they transitioned to the FBS level over a decade ago. Bobcats had 1 winning season in 10 years before he was hired. Then he has since led the program to consecutive 8-5 campaigns. Okay, I got more details. He's younger than me? What am I doing? He's 36? Sheesh. I didn't know that. He's 36 years old. Good for him. We'll talk more about him, so make sure you tune in for that. So thumbs up or thumbs down on these coaches. Another one that popped up, no surprise, you're SMU's coach, Rhett Lashley, former Arkansas quarterback from back in the day. We all know what he's done at SMU. We'll talk more about him a little bit later. He is another one that's on this list. This is according to CBS. They put together top candidates. The next name on that list. Y'all ready? Here we go. Florida State's offensive coordinator, Gus Malzahn. I'll just give y'all a second. Amidst of revitalizing Florida State's offense, Seminoles are averaging 58 points per game. What? Is that a typo? Amid their 3-0 start to the 2025 campaign, I guess I ain't really been paying attention. Who they been playing, though? Didn't they just lose? Didn't Florida State just lose? To who? Yeah, look it up real quick. Let's keep it going. I'll figure out who that is. We'll have details on that. They lost to Virginia. That's right. North Texas coach Eric Morris is in. His name is in the hat as a potential head coach for Arkansas. Let's see. He's a Stars Rising. He comes from the coveted Mike Leach coaching tree. He was a former Texas Tech wide receiver, inside receivers coach at Washington State. Has a pretty good resume. Former defensive coordinator, now head coach at Purdue, Barry Odom. His name is on the list. Okay. Another person to keep an eye on. We all know his ties with Arkansas. We've had interviews with him on the Buzz, and you can see we're like, is he making sure if the opportunity ever comes up to come back, he would. He's always had great things to say about Arkansas. So was Rhett Lashley as well. Obviously, offensive coordinator Bobby Petrino was on this list. Y'all know his resume. Memphis head coach Ryan Silverfield. He's a potential candidate. We also what he did last 2 weeks ago to Arkansas and the way he's moved that program. Tulane's head coach John Summerall. Hopefully I'm saying that right. He's been one of the hottest coaching names in college football. Seems like a matter of when, if not, a Power 4 program will call. He's a former defensive assistant at Ole Miss, co-defensive coordinator at Kentucky in the Sun Belt, doing very well. And the last name on this list that has popped up is UTSA coach Jeff Traylor. That may sound familiar because he was the former Arkansas running back coach not too long ago. Let's see, when was that? I know I had it on here. He was the assistant head coach and running back coach at Arkansas. What year was that? Was that with Chad Morris? Jeez, I hope not. All right. Those are names that have popped up, but make sure y'all tune in tonight. We'll do a little bit deeper dive to all those names moving forward. All right. I see a lot of people got their opinions on who it should be. If you can't beat them, join with them. Good comment coming in right there. All right, y'all. I got to get to it. Thanks for letting us hop on real quick. Let you get a nice little update of what is going on up at the Hill. And trust me, this will not be the end of it. It will not be the end of it. Let me skim through these comments real quick. I want to make sure I didn't miss any supers. I did not. Hopefully we get Ladarius on later too. All right. Ladarius, I want you to be a constant caller for 4th and 5. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good morning. That's all I got. I got to get to work. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Once again, I'll leave you with this. Just news coming up at the Hill. Who will be next? Defensive coordinator up at Arkansas. Y'all have a good day.